Hello everyone and welcome to this mini course on SQL Structured Query Language. In this series, we will explore the foundations of SQL, the most widely used language for managing data in relational databases. Whether you are a budding data analyst, a web developer, or simply curious about how data works behind the scenes in apps, websites, and business systems, this presentation will give you a solid starting point. So, what exactly is SQL? It is a standardized language that allow you to interact with databases. Think of a database like a giant digital filing cabinet where all kinds of information from customer details to product inventors are stored in a structured format. SQL is the tool we use to read from, write to, and manage that cabinet. Over the next several slides, we will dive into the basics, look at the real life examples, and even write some simple queries. So grab your notepad or open your SQL editor. If you are ready to follow along, let's get started on your journey into the world of SQL. What is SQL? SQL stands for Structured Query Language and it is the standard language used for interacting with relational databases. It was developed in the 1970s by IBM and over the decades it has become the go-to language for managing and manipulating data stored in relational tables. SQL allows us to store data, retrieve it, update it when something changes, and delete it when it's no longer needed. Think about a simple application like a library system. SQL can be used to store book titles, checkout records, and user details. Whenever a user borrows a book or returns it, SQL commands are executed behind the scenes. Unlike programming languages like Python or Java, SQL is a declarative language, which means you tell the system what you want, not how to do it. For example, you can say, give me all users from Delhi without worrying about how the data is fetched. SQL works with many popular relational databases such as MySQL, Oracle, and Microsoft SQL Server. No matter which system you are using, SQL remains the universal language for data interaction. Why learn SQL? Now, you might be wondering, why should you learn SQL? The answer is simple. Data is everywhere and SQL is the key to unlocking it. Today, almost every business is data driven. From e commerce platforms tracking customer orders, to banks managing transactions, to social media platforms organizing user data, SQL is at the heart of it all. For data analysts, SQL is a foundational skill. It allows you to pull data directly from databases, create reports, and answer business questions. For developers, SQL help you manage the data behind your applications. And for database administrators, SQL is crucial for maintaining, optimizing, and securing databases. Learning SQL not only makes you more versatile but also opens up a wide range of career opportunities. It's easy to get started, and once you know the basics, you can build on it to create powerful queries that can handle large volume of data. So, whether you are looking to break into tech or just want to add a valuable tool to your toolkit, SQL is a great skill to learn. Basic SQL syntax. Understanding SQL syntax is key to writing accurate queries. SQL is case insensitive, which means select is same as select. Means capital words and small letters are same, but it's common practice to write keywords in uppercase to improve readability. Most SQL statements end with a semicolon. Common commands include select to retrieve data from to specified tables, where to filter data, insert, update, delete to change data. Example, select star from customers. This fetches all columns from the customers table. Key SQL operations. There are 6 core SQL operations you should know. Select, retrieves data from a table. Insert, adds new data. Update, modify existing data. Delete, removes data. Create, creates new tables. Drop, deletes tables. These operations from the backbone of what's known as CRUD. Create, read, update, delete, essential for managing data. Select statement. Example. Let's look at an example. Select name, email from customers, where city equal to Delhi, semicolon. This means from the customers table, get the name and email. Only if the customer's city is Delhi. This query shows how easy it is to filter and retrieve specific information using SQL. Simple, readable, and powerful. SQL data types. SQL uses data types to define what kind of data can go in each column. Some key types include integer for whole numbers, varchar, open the bracket, n close bracket for string with a max length, date for date values, boolean for true or false. When you create a table or insert data, you need to make sure the value types match these definitions. Understanding data types helps prevent errors and ensures accurate storage. Primary and foreign keys. In relational databases, a primary key uniquely identifies each record in a table. A foreign key is a reference to a primary key in another table. Example, a customer's ID in the orders table might refer the ID in the customer's table. Keys help link tables together, maintain consistency, and support data normalization by reducing duplication. Real life use cases. Where is SQL used? Everywhere. E commerce, manage users, orders, payments, banking, store transactions, accounts history, social media, handle profiles, posts, messages, analytics, analytics, power dashboards, reporting tools. Anytime you interact with data on a digital platform, there is likely SQL working in the background. SQL summary. To summarize, SQL is the standard for working with relational databases. It is easy to learn and extremely powerful. It is used in nearly every industry that deals with data. Mastering SQL opens the door to careers in software development, analytics, business intelligence, and more. You have covered a lot of ground. Do you have questions? Want to know more about joins? Curious about performance tuning? Or maybe how to use SQL in your career? Feel free to leave your questions in the comments or email me at saranyautukur@gmail.com. I'm happy to help you on your SQL journey. Databases and tables. In SQL, everything happens in a database, which is a collection of tables. Each table has rows, individual records, columns, attributes, or fields. You can think of a table like a spreadsheet, but with strict rules and data types for each column. Creating tables. Create a table is how we define new table in SQL. Example, create table customers. ID, int, name varchar in the bracket 100. This creates a customer table with 2 columns, ID as an integer and name as a string up to 100 characters. You can add constraints like primary key, not null, and more. Inserting data. To add new data to a table, use insert into. Example, insert into customers ID, name, values 1, John, This adds a row where ID is 1 and name is John. Always make sure the values match the order and data types defined in the table. Updating data. Use update to change existing records. Example, update customers, set name equal to John where ID equal to 1. This changes the name to John only for the row where ID is 1. Warning, without a where class, all rows may get updated, so be careful. Deleting data. Delete from removes data from a table. Example, delete from customers where ID equal to 1. This deletes the row with ID equal to 1. Again, always use where carefully. If you forget it, the command may delete everything in the table. Using order by. Order by sorts results. Example, select star from customers order by name ASC. This sorts the table by name in ascending A to Z order. You can also use DESC for descending. Sorting helps in reporting and presenting clean, readable data. Using order by. Order by sorts results. Example, select star from customers order by name ASC. This sorts the table by name in ascending A to Z order. You can also use DESC for descending. Sorting helps in reporting and presenting clean, readable data. Using group by. Group by is used with aggregate function to group rows. Example, select city, count in that bracket asterisk symbol from customers group by city semicolon. This shows how many customers are in each city. It's very useful in reports and dashboards when summarizing data by category. Joining tables. Joining is one of the most powerful parts of SQL. Example, select star from orders, join customers on orders dot customer id equal to customers dot id semicolon. This merges rows from two tables, orders and customers, using a common key. Joins let you combine information from multiple tables to get meaningful results. Types of joins. There are several join types. Inner join returns only matching records. Left join includes all records from the left table. Right join includes all from the right. Full join includes all records when there is a match on either side. Choosing the right join depending on your data and the result you need. SQL functions. SQL provides powerful functions like count, number of rows, sum, total of values, average, max and min, highest and lowest. These are used in combination with select and group by to generate insights quickly. SQL constraints. Constraints enforce rules on your data. Not null. Column cannot be empty. Unique. Values must be unique. Primary key uniquely identifies each row. Foreign key links to another table. Check ensures values meet a condition. They ensure your data stays clean and consistent. SQL practice tips. Here are a few practice tips. Start simple, build confidence. Use free online SQL sandboxes like SQL ZO or W3 Schools. Practice joins, filtering, and group by often. Download sample databases like Sakila or Chinook for hands on practice. Practice is the best way to master SQL. Common SQL mistakes. Finally, avoid these common mistakes. Forgetting the where class in update or delete. Using select asterisk instead of specific columns. Mismatching data types. Example, text versus number. Be mindful, double check your queries, and always test on backup or a sample before running anything on live data.